Welcome back to our news program where we speak, you listen. My name is Syahadah with my team Irra, Ellie, Eden, and T, and today we are going to talk about the topic of gender equality in specifically in the education industry in Malaysia. So nowadays in the education field, as you can see, women are more overrepresented than male does because of the high population that female has than the male does, and resulting in the huge gender gap. And not only that, the societal expectation and the society expectation and the cultural norms expected and favoring male dominance more in certain study aspect. Now we have asked a few candidates to interview regarding this topic, and let's move on to the interview segment to hear about their opinion.
Are the cameras rolling in? Okay, let's go, come on. Sorry, sir, for the interruption. Hello, sir. We are from class 1D. My name is Zahida. We're going to ask you a few topics regarding gender equality. Are you fine with it?
Okay, sure thing.
Okay, the first question is how does gender intersect with socioeconomic status and ethnicity in influencing educational opportunities in Malaysia? Can you give us your opinion regarding it?
I think this almost like 21st century. Right? It's no longer an ongoing debate. It is still prevalent, but it's no longer an ongoing debate. Like both genders, men, women, are having equal opportunities in education. And as you can see, the trend shifted. You can see around, they are no longer boys or men are not so much in universities. They take education but more towards hands-on. If in terms of management role in educational setting as well, you can see a rise in women taking charge, taking power. So socioeconomic status, it's nowadays women tend to be stand on their own. They don't need a spouse to really or just be at home doing nothing, waiting for a spouse to help them out. So yeah, I think it's a good thing as well. But I'm a little bit scared in terms of the men part, because we see a shift over there where men doesn't really like to study theories that much. It's my belief.
That's a very valuable information. But we are not stopping there. We have another question for you. What can Malaysia can learn from the global education system in addressing gender disparities in schools and universities? Can you give your opinion?
I think we are taking in much from other universities outside of Malaysia. We are implementing more. Nowadays, there have been pop-ups of new vocational schools that is catered. They take it upon, because outside, if we compare, they have multiple education. It's no longer the traditional, okay, you go to university, you come out with a scroll degree and so on, and then you get work and so on. But nowadays, maybe you'll go into certain private institutions, so that everyone will have the opportunity in terms of gender. And not just men, for example, women as well, they have beauty classes if they are into make beauty classes. If they want to be an influencer as well, they have other courses that is being catered, and one not the traditional the ones that we have in the current university right now. Malaysian universities, not just UNISEL, but we are proposing new programs to cater to that, to help them. Okay, since they want to learn about that, so we provide the education for them. So I think we are taking a lot now from the other global universities in terms of that.
Thank you so much, Arif Bahari, for our time. Okay, we're going to move on to the next. Let's go.
Hi, can I interview both of you?
Yeah, sure.
So, how have different educational philosophies shaped gender equality in Malaysia's education system?
I think for the old times, education system usually strict and for both gender regarding male or females. So, for example, in men fields, men usually go to technical fields, and while females usually go to arts fields. But nowadays, it's different. Luckily, in Malaysia, the education system has evolved, and they open up both gender to explore all the fields. And regarding the gender, so we have like both gender can have different perspective and different fields.
I see that. Okay. For you, the question is, how does parental expectations influence boys and girls' career choices in Malaysia?
If you are talking about parental influence, it really depends on the parent lah. The usual we see is, if they prioritize academic performance, girls usually will be focused on professional careers like medicine or law, while boys are more into business related job. Another example is, the way I see it is, if parents prioritize financial stability, they will most likely expect boys like us, me and him, to pursue high paying jobs, while girls are more into stable and flexible job.
Okay, I see that. Thank you so much for spending time with us.
Excuse me,
Can I steal your time, please?
yes, sure. Okay, I'm going to ask you a questions regarding of gender equality in our educations. So the first questions I'm going to ask you is, what do historical and cultural role play in shaping gender expectations in Malaysia education?
Okay, well, gender's role in this Malaysian education is, in few years back during our moms and dad time, until now the world is conquered by men, which will indirectly affect the education. For example, as Indian, when a child is born, they will ask the child to choose two items. Engineering, usually they will ask some kind of tools that related to engineer, and then stethoscope related to doctor. So if the child choose the tool, so the child have to become engineer. If choose the stethoscope, have to become the doctor. So this our cultural effect and give impact for our Malaysian education. If not, anyone can become anything, but just because and usually in previous time, Indians wise, girls need to become a doctor, boys need to become engineer. It's like that, and that's a basic thing. Once a baby is born, you realize engineer or doctor, like they are born with what they want to be, like that.
Next questions. In your opinion, how effective are Malaysians' policy in promoting gender equality in our education, especially in STEM fields?
In STEM field wise, there are many people, especially women, involved in aircraft engineering, a pilot, and then men are involved in TESOL. As we all know, usually education is for women, and the pilot, aircraft engineering are related to men. But now, since the Malaysian government are putting a lot of effort by programs, and there are few students from university will come to school, and they will conduct a program where they will give in basic introduction of how the study or field goes on. And this is one of the things that Malaysian education government doing, and it's really good because I see that few people, in TESOL student in my group, there's a lot of guys, which is like wow, good. And then in my friend who is one of the aircraft engineer, she's a female, so it's like a good achievement in Malaysian wise.
Thank you for your time. Have a great day.
Based on the interview, we can clearly see that gender equality in Malaysia's education industry is improving, with more women entering male-dominated fields and men exploring female-dominated careers. However, cultural beliefs still influence career choices, sometimes discouraging people from breaking traditional roles. As one of the interviewees said, culturally, women are more to working flexible jobs as they are supposed to stay in female-dominated jobs as compared to men. To ensure true equality, schools and workplace must continue to promote inclusivity, challenge stereotypes, and support everyone in following their interests. Success should be based on talent and ambition, not gender or cultural expectations. Thank you.